Hello YouTube, welcome back. This is Story Adventures. I'm Story, and we're about to go on an adventure here. All right, so our story for the day and our adventure for the day is going to be doing our first repair on the 23 850 XMR. All right, so with mud riding, there's a lot of things that can happen. With any riding, there's a lot of things that can happen. But this time, with this machine, it's really not that bad. Count myself pretty lucky. It's going to be a pretty easy fix. Not too bad. We actually already did it on the 1000. So, the last ride where I went on a solo run to Lake Murray with the 850, I tore an axle boot. It happens. It's an inner axle boot on the rear, on the driver's side. So, what I've got to do, I gotta jack this thing up, put it on jack stands, take the tires off. I'm gonna go ahead and take the tires off on both sides because we do a lot of mud and water riding. So rear axles, rear axle bearings, I'm going to grease those. I'm gonna grease the bushings. I'm gonna grease the U-joints. Then I'm gonna go, that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm also gonna go ahead and grease the front bushings, sway bar. There's a bunch of them now on the 23s up front. That is one thing that is different about it from the 17. The 17, it has just the A-arm bushings. So you don't have to worry about the sway bar. It's just the A-arm bushings. That's nice. I don't really think you need the sway bar. It may help a little bit with handling, but I haven't ever had a problem with the 1000 and its handling. You get more articulation up front, and so I guess there's some trade-offs there. But so we're going to be doing that. I'm going to do both sides, get both of them done, so give me a chance to look at the brake pad wear on the rear for the 23. See if that's something we need to be looking at. Hey, need to go ahead and order some. We're also going to go ahead and change the rear diff fluid in the 23. We did it in the 1000. This time we're going to do it in the 23. Because we're pulling that axle out, so I'm going to change that seal as well for that axle on that side of the axle. I've got another seal for it. Going to change it out. Going to change the fluid out. Going to change the boot out. So come right along with me on this. Not really ride, but you're going to get to see me do this and show you how to do it. It's not hard. It's easy. You just need some basic tools. So let's get to it and get this thing back on the trail. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe and share. And enjoy this video, guys. I hope it helps you. right, guys, the axle's out, as you can see, and that trailing arm is out. So we're going to grease that bearing just like we did on the 1000. Right here where you see this little bit of grease coming out of there, that little bitty rip, that's why we've got to pull this. Or we're going to get water, mud inside there, and it's going to tear up the inner cup. So we'll have to change that out, clean it up, and I'll try to actually video that this time. Sorry I didn't do it on the last one. If you're looking for how to do the outer cup, guys, trying to figure that one out, there's a good video out there by I believe his name is Rob Farlow. I'll try to remember to link it down in the description of the 1000 video. He actually pulls a whole outer cup apart. It's not hard at all. You just got to tap it past the circlip and it comes right off. Then you just got to take your time pulling the little ball bearings out and going from there. So here, now we're going to pull this seal out. I may not because it's so new, but I mean, let's do a comparison, I guess. Let's see if this one holds up with the old seal compared to the one that I just put a seal in. See which one lasts longer. I will say this, on this other one, I should have shown you all this. You can see where it's wearing. It sits right there. You see those lines? Okay, that's where that seal, it's where the seal sits and rides. Well, on this one, it's got a few more miles on it. It's got a few more revolutions on it. So it's actually started cutting into that shaft. So theoretically, the seal still may not hold. Because if it doesn't line up and it doesn't sit right, that new seal may not make a seal right there. So it's something we're going to have to watch, be concerned about, and may have to actually end up changing the inner cup on that one. I've done it before, no big deal. Just take some time. Same thing that we're doing right now. Literally all you have to do is pull that outer cup out, or inner cup, put a new one in. Not hard, no big deal. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to get my oil pan over here. I'm going to go ahead and, while got all this out of my way, I'm going to drain the rear diff out, get it drained, see what it's looking like, see if it's having water contamination or anything like that. Because if it is, then we're getting rid of that vent line. We're getting rid of it. We're going to get rid of this vent line. We're going to come over here, just like on the 1000. I don't know if y'all can see that, but that's what you call a bellow, okay? We're going to change the bellows on it, more than likely. I can already tell you we are, because that's what I use. And since I've switched the bellows, I don't get near as much water intrusion. They help keep pressure on the seals pushing out instead of when it gets hot, cooling, contracting, and all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna get right to it. All right, guys, got you a little bit of a voiceover right here. It's me taking the axle boot off so I can get this axle boot changed out that was broke. So right now, cleaning all the grease off. Got to get it all out of there. There's a clip, a C-clip to take off out of the cup, so then you can pull the bearing out. Got all the balls off, cleaned up. Just got to keep on cleaning. The grease is everywhere. You don't want any old grease. Here I'm about to hammer off the race, or I don't know if it's a race or a cage, but there's a circlip on the end of the axle that holds that on there. You got to get it past. Brake clean, cleaning up the shaft, cleaning up the splines, clean all that up, so then you can put the new boot on there and you're not going to have any problems with grease causing it to slide off there, or not get a good seal and end up with dirt and grime and everything else inside there. Still cleaning. It takes a while to get all that grease cleaned up. Alright, so putting the boot on, if you noticed I kept on cleaning on that. That grease is hard to get off. Brake cleaning friend. Right here I'm putting the bearing back in the cup. Make sure you get gloves, guys. Now I'm going to hammer that on there, past that C-clip, or C-clip, so it'll stay on there. And we're putting in the grease now. We'll pack that in there a little bit, get it all the way through all the bearing and everything. Now cleaning up the sealing surface on the cup. Now I'm going to put the bands on, and keeping it clean is a task in itself. You want to keep the grease inside the boot and inside the cup, not on the sealing surfaces. I hope this helps, and each one of y'all. All right, everybody. I got the new axle boot on for the 850. It's all together. I hope y'all enjoyed that time lapse. All I'm going to do now is wipe it down some more. I'm going to get this wiped down a little bit, and then tomorrow morning I'll be able to put it back in and put it all back together. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll get back to y'all when I'm back at the house and putting it all back together. So enjoy. All right, I'm back in the garage, guys. We're about to put on the axle. Let's see. We've also got to fill the diff full of fluid first. We'll go ahead and do that. Actually, yeah, we will go ahead and do that. Get it all filled up with fluid. Then I'm going to put the axle in and put all this back. So I'm going to put y'all on time lapse and enjoy. These diffs are the same as the one that's on the 2017, 250 milliliters of 75 140 gear oil. We're going to put all synthetic. I don't know if I have enough royal purple, but I'm going to try to put royal purple in it. That's what I put in mine. If not, I've got some other stuff that will go in it. So we will get right to it. All right, everybody, the 850's back together. New axle boots in. We greased the wheel bearing, the wheel bearings in the back. Greased all the bushings on both sides. I'm kind of running short on time. I've got a lot of stuff going on today. We leave tomorrow morning to go ride at River Run. Me and my son. He's going to be on the 23 850. I'm going to be on the 1000. I still got to get it back together, as you can see. So that's what I got to focus on next. It's getting this thing totally ship shape, ready to go. 23, like I said, it's ready to go. Guys, I hope this helps. I hope this video helped y'all see how the 23s come apart in the back. It's no different than the prior years in the rear. So I showed you in the one with the 1000. That axle bearing, the wheel bearing, the little part that I have to grease it, the greaser. So get you one of those. That way, hey, You can take care of your stuff. You're not having to take it in and get maintenance. I'd hate to see one of y'all out on the trail because of a wheel bearing going out, not being able to ride the rest of the weekend. So take care of those things. Grease them, grease your bushings. They'll last longer and all that good stuff. It helps every time you grease it. It gets the water, it gets the moisture, and it gets the dirt and grime out of there. It gets the old grease out of there, puts new grease in, helps lubricate it, and gets you back on the trail. Thanks for watching this adventure with me. I hope you liked it. So put a like, subscribe, share, comment, whatever. I appreciate each and every one of y'all watching, if you've watched it all the way through. And if you didn't, I appreciate you. So thank you. Like and subscribe, guys. Have a good one. See you out on the trails. Having an adventure.